to another Azure haul. My husband went and picked this up for me again. It has just been really hard for me to actually make it to the haul, so I'm grateful that he has been able to go and do it, although I miss seeing everybody. This is easily our biggest haul ever from Azure, and there's two big reasons for that. The first is that we are getting more and more stuff off of Costco, and then one of the things that I was going to get off of Costco last month, Azure forgot to fill it. They charged us for it, but forgot to fill it. So they stuck it on this order too, which made it bigger. Anyway, the thing that we're switching over from Costco this month is olive oil. Last month it was peanut butter. So we have those two things added on our order. Plus this is also the time of year that we stock up on meat. So we have some ground chicken. We got lots of sausages that should last a long time. And then we also picked up ground beef in bulk from Azure. We do get a half beef here locally, but we have noticed that we use the ground beef way too fast. So we need some extra ground beef to get us through the year. I guess there's two other big reasons that our order is big. We've sort of been getting into beverages of different kinds. Ever since I had my baby, I have just not been into water. For like the first time in my life, I have having a hard time drinking enough water. So I've been really into other types of drinks. And then also we have chickens coming. So we have some chicken goods over here to look at. So let's get started. First we'll go over some of the dairy. We got this sour cream. It lasts a really long time in the refrigerator, probably like 4 months maybe. So this keeps very well, and then we can use it in soups and as a condiment and all of that. We also stocked up on this cheese this month because it was on sale. So normally we go through about 2 loaves every, I don't know, 6 weeks. But so I got 4 loaves because they were discounted, and they will keep just fine for a few months in the fridge. We will use them. And then we got our usual cream cheese purchase. I probably get this every other month because it lasts a while and it takes us a while to go through this unless I start baking a lot of icing or something like that. All right, so I make my own kombucha very often. I haven't loved the jars that I have for my homemade kombucha because they're too tall to fit in the fridge. So I picked up some of these this month, just hoping that I can refill them and reuse them. I was actually going to get more because they were on sale, but Azure ran out. I wasn't able to fulfill them. So we have the lemon berry, the trilogy, and the peach paradise. I don't think I've ever had this one. Okay, produce. We picked up carrots. We are really leaning into the oranges this month. They keep pretty well in the fridge. So I think these are the blood oranges. We haven't had those yet. And then these are just the regular oranges. And these are mandarins. This box was packed really tightly, so I've noticed that a couple of them are squished, and this orange is showing a little bit of mold. So I'm gonna get these out of here right away, make sure that nothing is gonna spread. And then these kiwis were in that box. And you can see right here that this kiwi is smashed. But otherwise, I think the kiwis are okay. But yeah, I think last month I mentioned that we never have problems with the kiwis except for last month. And now this is the second month that we are starting to have problems with the kiwis. So I don't know, I guess it's just luck. And then we also picked up these avocados. They will keep forever in the fridge. So you just pull them out when you want them to ripen, or ripen them and then put them in the fridge. Either way, but they last a long time and they're good to have around. Onions are a given. We have been going through a lot of onions, and I've been making a ton of chicken broth to can for the year. So we've been going through onions for that, and we could use some more. And then potatoes. I only got 1 little bag of the yellow potatoes because I also got a big sack of the russet potatoes. These are packaged into 5-pound bags, so they're really easy to keep in the fridge. And I'm also going to put some in a crate downstairs so that I can see if they'll store at an ambient temperature in a crate that has good airflow. So maybe I'll put about 10 pounds downstairs and see what happens to those, because that would save so much fridge space. And there really is a serious cost savings by being able to buy them in this quantity. So it's worth experimenting with for me. All right, some other fun things. I picked up these cornflakes and these Heritage O's. I guess I'm getting soft, guys, because normally I make our own cereal. We do kind of a granola thing, and it's good. But I saw these and I thought it would be fun for the kids to try some of these. These are sweetened with fruit juice, so that's really cool. They're really not a bad product. They are expensive, so this is definitely just an every once in a while kind of thing for us. Once a week we have a really short morning where we have to get out of the house pretty quickly, so cereal has been a go-to on those mornings. Let's see, what are the ingredients on these? These are pretty good too. They do have some sugar, but at least it's not fructose corn syrup and all that. We also picked up these beef sticks this month. It's the Thousand Hills Original. There's, I think it's sweet chili or something like that. It's also really good, but for the purpose of feeding them to my kids, they don't like any spice. So I got some of these. I also got chocolate. These have been really nice to have around just for gifting, and also when we have a sweet tooth. I can eat just a couple squares of this and it satisfies me versus eating something else that's way junkier. So it's a compromise. Over here we have some of our hair care stuff. We really like these shampoo bars. We like the peppermint kind, but we've tried almost all of them in this brand and they're all very, very similar. But yeah, my husband and I both use these, and then we just use Castile soap on the kids. We like this Desert Essence Conditioner. These are our two favorite scents, although they're a little more artificial than the lemon scent. Although the lemon scent reminds me of Pledge, so like the wood cleaner, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but yeah, we like the grape and the apple, and it's kind of a nice middle of the road conditioner for us. I also picked up some jojoba oil because I want to try to make my own tallow balm. Although first I'm going to have to render the tallow, the beef fat, which is not a preferred task, but gotta do it because we gotta make room for our next beef. I also picked up oil of oregano because I have seen this recommended so often recently for colds and all kinds of different things. So I figured I would get some from a reputable source just to have around. And yeah, we'll see if this serves us well as we finish out flu and cold season. I've also been loving this vitamin D variety. I take a lot of vitamin D, especially since I do have lupus. Vitamin D helps with lupus, since a lot of people with lupus are vitamin D deficient. Since we're told to stay out of the sun, I don't particularly adhere to that, but we have been through the winter, and I really like this brand. So I take this in addition to my multivitamin, so I definitely take a lot of vitamin D. And then I picked up the minced onion. We buy our spices in bulk 1 pound. I also ordered cinnamon this month and last month, and it has not filled. So I don't know if there's something going on with the organic cinnamon trade, but I've had a really hard time getting it. So hopefully next month. I also picked up these mushrooms just for quick risottos or putting on pizza. I tried the dried mushrooms from Costco, and I tried to put them on some steak the other night, and I really did not like them, which is surprising because I love mushrooms. So we're gonna give these a try and see. Nobody else in my family likes mushrooms, so I rarely ever buy them fresh because they just go bad. Lastly, we're trying this out this month. Azure used to have these M&Ms that were naturally dyed, and they were really good, but for some reason they were discontinued, and so my husband found these and wanted to try these. They were really expensive, and they kind of just taste, they're just like a candy-coated chocolate chip. It's not quite like an M&M. So they're not bad, but I think it was $22 for a pound of them. And I don't know if that lives up, but they'll probably be really good in cookies. All right, so we have chickens coming the first or second week of April, and so I got this poultry, what's it called, chick starter, and so we just want to be nice and stocked up on that. We're going to store it in probably a metal trash can in the garage. I also have been learning all about the different supplements, so I got this oyster shell. I still have to do research about whether or not they can have this. I don't think they have this until they're out in their coop, but it was cheap, so I stuck it on the order just so that we have it around. One less thing to remember later on when we are neck deep in little chickens. We also stocked up on flour this month. We've been buying a lot less flour. I guess I've tried trying to serve less carbs, like plain carbs, like bread and all of that. We definitely still do eat it very often, but we have only been going through about 1 bag a month. We used to go through closer to 2 bags a month. So this has definitely slowed down a bit as we have changed our eating habits. Okay, then we have all of our big boxes of things. Here we have a big box of apples. I cannot believe how expensive organic apples are at a traditional grocery store like Giant. I think I looked one day and it was like $2.99 for a single apple the other day, and I couldn't believe it. So we did not buy apples. We just go without until the Azure truck comes and we get our big case. As far as beverages go, I have really been liking coconut water, but I haven't loved that the coconut water we were getting was packaged in plastic, but this coconut water is packaged in glass, and I think they've been out of stock until recently. So this should be good for a few months, at least in the fridge. I've also been enjoying just kind of stocking our fridge for when guests come with all kinds of unique beverages, you know? I don't just want to fill it with sodas. I want to put good stuff in there. We do stock a lot of Izzy's though, as far as soda is concerned. Okay, so I tried this last month. This is the, oh, it's not kombucha. My goodness, I'm blanking. Water kefir. And I wanted to get, I ordered 2 cases. I was going to get a variety pack as well, but that one did not fill. These were on sale, so it was a good time to stock up on them, and I really enjoyed them. I'm also going to try to make my own water kefir. That reminded me, I forgot to show you all these 2 things. So I got some water kefir grains, and I'm going to experiment with these later this month. I've been told that it is not as carbonated when you make it at home as it is with a store-bought. So I'm gonna give it a go and see if we can make something that we like, and then we can kind of reduce some waste here. I also picked up another Clyde's garden planter because my 2-year-old ripped mine apart. So this is really cool. You can slide it. If you've never seen one of these, it's only, I don't know, like $5 or so. You can slide it. This is your last frost date. And then it tells you for all these different things when you sow it indoors or outdoors, whether you can direct sow it. And then here, this is like companion planting type information. So really fun, a nice tool. Here is my elusive peanut butter that did not make it last month. Azure was really good though. I just messaged them and said, hey, I did not receive this, and they comped it for this order. So we are officially off of this for Costco. I think Costco might be a little bit cheaper, but it is packaged in glass, or I'm sorry, it's packaged in plastic at Costco, and Azure has it in glass. So anytime I can use less plastic, I go for it, as long as I can afford it. So it took us a long time of buying in bulk to be able to afford this step. All right, I picked up more avocado oil. We use this a lot for pan frying and stuff like that because it's healthier than canola. I better get my hand out of there, it won't focus. And then I also, for the first time, picked up olive oil from Azure. I'm excited to try it. We do like the olive oil we get from Costco, but I can't get it shipped here from Costco, and I've been trying to only get things from Costco that I can ship, because Costco is pretty far from us now. So we are gonna give this a shot. Okay, time for all the meat. These are just hot dogs. This is a routine purchase for us. And then I picked up these brats to try. It is definitely worth buying these in the case if you can swing it, because they're a lot cheaper per pound. But we have never had these brats before, so I just picked up one to see what they are like. They have really clean ingredients and no nitrates added, so I really like that. Plus, it's well-raised meat. You know, it's not just, I think at Costco a lot of the times I can find things that don't have nitrates added, but you have no idea where the meat came from. So I'm not a fan of that, but we're gonna give this a try. And then we're also gonna try this beef and cheddar. We've never had it before, but I did pick up a whole case because of the price discount, and how bad can beef and cheddar be, right? I mean, we're gonna eat this for sure. So excited to give these a go. Maybe we can grill them up for dinner or even eat them as a quick lunch with some rice or something like that. Then here is our ground beef. It's the same brand. This is all Thousand Hills. Nothing really special to see here. It's 85.15. They do have some other percentages, but they were sold out, so we just settled for the 85.15. And then we also got the Mary's ground chicken. It has been a long time since I purchased ground chicken, but I want to try making the kids chicken nuggets and see how that goes. And then also maybe just some quick lunch bowls for my husband, like with potatoes and ground chicken, all seasoned up, just to make a nice quick lunch because we have been failing at having prepped lunches lately. Okay, 2 more things. Since we're trying to get off of things that we get at Costco that we can't ship, we picked up these late July chips from Azure. I do think that the organic chips from Costco are probably a better deal, but this is probably better quality and I can get it from Azure. So it's nice and simple and we're gonna keep these around. And then lastly, we picked up more of the laundry detergent. I have bought this case probably 4 times now and we love it. You have to put it in the bottom of your machine before you wash. And because if you sprinkle it on top, sometimes the clothes don't, you know, these new machines that don't actually fill and have an agitator. If you just put it on top of your clothes, it sometimes leaves white residue on your clothes that will come off. It's not a stain necessarily, but it's not cleaned, you know? So you have to put it in the bottom of your machine. I also try to use deep water washes often. I really just need an old-fashioned washing machine. I think that's my problem, but we love it and it's really clean. I think they do have a lemon version, but I get the fragrance free because we just like everything to be as simple as possible. Okay, that is everything. Thank you all so much for joining. I am gonna get all this put away and I'm gonna go finish my massive chicken broth project. I do have that coming out in a video, probably on a Wednesday coming up. I will show you what I'm doing with my massive chicken broth project. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.